So welcome to another installment of my makeup collection in-depth breakdown series, and this one's going to be palettes. A lot of you guys really requested palettes, and I like looking at palette collections too, so we're gonna go ahead and go into my palette. So I have the key points that I've been talking about in all, like I'm looking at my book, I have key points that I'm going to talk about in all, you know, all the categories, but I just wanted to mention a couple others. So as you've seen in the beginning of the video, they're stored in a drawer. This is just my larger palettes, not high-end or drugstore specifically, but my larger palettes, like my small quads, like the Wet n Wilds, and we're not going to talk about those because it's a bunch of them. I can do a separate video if you want, let me know, but this is just going to be like larger palettes. Okay, so to begin, how many do I have? I counted 35 palettes. Some may say that's a lot. Some may say that's not a lot. The bottom button. Okay. Sorry for the air. The air is running. Anyway, some may say that's a lot. Some may say that's not a lot. You be the judge. I don't know. Okay, so I have 35 of them. I'll talk about just a couple. I'm going to go in depth, but a couple. You're going to hear my window too. A couple of, like, I don't want to say famous ones, but like YouTube classes. Most, if you're watching YouTube and you're watching YouTube gurus, they have these palettes, or they've talked about these palettes. So that's the first ones I'm going to talk about. So like for an example, I love Lorac, so we'll talk about her last. But I have the Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. I do not have 1 or 2. I have the Lorac Mega Pro, which y'all know it was a hot mess when this came out. Talk more about it in a minute. I have the Urban Decay Electric. These are just ones that I know a lot of people have. And I have the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette. She has a shade and light contour face situation, but this one is the eye palette. And I'll open them and go in depth again, like I said. The Tartelette Amazonian Clay Matte palette. This one is an all matte palette from Tarte. It's the only thing I own from... No, I'm lying. I own something else from Tarte, but Tarte's not really a big brand that I go to in Sephora, but I really wanted that palette. And of course, the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. This one is the one that's infused with cocoa powder, so it smells like chocolate. They have a second installment now, the semi-sweet, but so those are just some of the famous ones that I have and that you guys know. And if you wanted me to do a one palette tutorial, let me know. Put your vote down. I'll get to it, of course. So, I said how many I have. My cheapest palettes that I consider large palettes are the Maybelline palettes. If you know, maybe like last year, I want to say. I don't know if it was this year. Maybe last year. Maybelline came up with the Nudes palette. And basically what it is a neutral palette. This is like innovative because the drugstore doesn't come out with large palettes like that. They just don't. And this has 2, 4, 6... 12 shades. So they came out with the nudes, which you see, and then they have the smokes, which the nudes is my favorite though, to be honest with you. Out of the smokes and the brights, this one is, I don't consider these bright eyeshadows at all, but whatever. That's Maybelline. And they came out with the blush nudes. I don't know if the blush nudes is limited edition or not. I don't know. It's in special packaging. I don't know, but they came with the blush nude. So I have all of those. And they come in at my cheapest, largest palettes at about $9.99 a piece. So, yeah, that's what they come in at. My most expensive palettes, I have 2 because there's only $1 difference between the 2. So the first one is the Urban Decay Vice 3 that I just showed you. I love this palette. It comes in at a whopping $60. So it's a good deal in the sense of one Urban Decay eyeshadow is like between $18 and $22, and you get 20 shades in here for $60. So it's a good deal in that sense, but you know. So that's what that looks like, and that is the Urban Decay Vice 3. I don't own the 1 or 2 because I just wasn't into them. There wasn't like a palette that I follow, like Lorac or Too Faced. I didn't follow it, so I didn't know. But when I was in Ulta one day and I swatched it, and I was like, all right, I gotta buy it. So that's that. And coming in at $1 less is at $59 is the Lorac Mega Pro. And this one is, I think, the better deal because it's 32 shades. Yeah, 32 for 59 bucks. So that one is, let's okay, there we go. That one is, I love it. Y'all know I love Lorac. So that's what, most expensive. The best for price, I'm going to go with my Morphe palettes because I get these from IMATS, by the way. There is a website and you can order from the website perfectly fine, but this is like one of those things I like to wait all year for it to buy. And also at IMATS, they're discounted. They're about $20. These average $20 on the website. At IMATS, I get them between 13 and 15 bucks. So it is a better deal if you want to wait the whole year. But anyway, so these are best for price because they give you high quality shadows. They don't really care too much about packaging because they're giving you a high quality product. So this is the 28F, and I have 5 of them, and they're all different. And I don't know, they're just super pigmented. They work. I don't know what else to say about them. They're best for the price, and that's $13, $15, even $20. They have 28 pan and they have 35 pan eyeshadows, which I'll show you on here. 35 pan palettes. As you can see, all of them are beautiful. This is a all shimmer palette, and then they have a corresponding like all matte palette with the exact same colors but in a different finish. I think it's absolutely awesome for less than $20. So that is best for price. My most interesting palettes, I'm gonna go with the Urban Decay Electric because while the colors are bright, I wouldn't necessarily call them like, I mean, I guess they're interesting for someone who, if you don't know bright colors, I like bright colors, but they're interesting in the sense of what you can do with this palette. This is not called an eyeshadow palette, it's called a pressed pigment palette, meaning you can use these pigments to like put in your hair, like when people chalk their hair, you can use them to on the skin, like on your eyes as eyeshadow, but like on the skin, like, what am I trying to say? Like editorial fashion shoots and stuff, you can use them for more than just eyeshadow. So I think that's pretty cool. They're pressed pigments and they're super pigmented. It works. And I just think that's an interesting concept, and they're all bright and vibrant and there's no neutrals. So you got to pull your own stuff in or just be crazy. And I really, really like that. So that's the most interesting palette that I own. I'm going to go to my regret first before I do my favorites because it's a lot of favorites. I don't really regret any of my palettes, but the one that I could do without, like, it's like, I bought it because it was on sale at Black Friday, and it is the Urban Decay Smoked. It came with a, what is it called? The 24-hour liners from Urban Decay, and I really like that, and that's $19 on its own, and this palette was like 50 bucks, and like I said, one Urban Decay eyeshadow is, what is it, like 18 to 20 bucks. So it's a good deal, but the colors themselves, I mean, beautiful, great quality, but you can find these. There's nothing too interesting in here where you like had to have it. But it was on sale for like 25 bucks on Black Friday, so I got it. So I could do without it. Like, I don't want to say regret, but I could do without it. I don't really reach for it anymore. And then my favorite palettes of all time, y'all already know, it's Lorac, and I'm going to show you every single one of them. So you just saw the Lorac Mega Pro, which was a crazy release. So I have, let's see, she needs to come out with a Pro 3, like seriously. The Lorac Pro, this is the original, and it's just beautiful. And she has the Pro 2. She has the Pro 2 palette. She also has the Unzipped, which is the regular, I call it like the rose gold one, which is this one. And she also has the Unzipped Gold palette. And then I have some smaller palettes, which came out around like the holidays, fall, Black Friday. She does a lot of limited edition. And you have the 3 skinny, what are these? The 3, what are they called? Nude skinnies. So you have nude, you have navy, and you have plum. That's what they're called. And as you can see from the inside of them, like, they're beautiful shades and they're like good travel palettes. And then she has, that I have, she has more, but these are what I have. This came out Black Friday. You have the Vintage Vixen and the Sultry Starlet. These are like on the Lorac, and she comes out with small ones and they go away and they come back, and but like you can grab a lot of them. She always pulls out a lot in her collection. This one is called Stay Cool, and I got this, I don't know when it came out because I actually got it on clearance at Nordstrom Rack a while ago, and this is a 5-pan mixture of matte and shimmer. So that's what that looks like. And of course, I just talked about it, but I'm going to say it again. The Lorac Mega Pro is my all-time favorite from Lorac. right now anyway. And if it came back, I do recommend you guys getting it. It's just amazing. It's a wonderful palette to have in your collection, and I absolutely love it. And so I guess that's a favorite. Like, I couldn't pick one favorite, but Lorac, the brand itself, is my favorite eyeshadows. So that is it for my in-depth collection of these palettes, of my you know, eyeshadow section of my collection. If you want me to do a tutorial with just one palette, I'm working on those, so let me know. Put your vote down below. I'll try to get to all of them, but just let me know. And anything else? I think that's it. I will talk to you guys in the next video. I love you all. Bye.